Hi, I'm Anna.
And I'm Ben.
And we are AutoSave. Welcome to our channel.
Today we're watching Attack on Titan, Season 3, Episode 9. Just want to give a little bit of a heads up. We just got new air conditioning for this room because it's been really hot.
Which if you've watched our last few Attack on Titan discussions, you might have seen how much of a hindrance the heat became on our thinking abilities.
Yeah. So if there's a little bit difference in audio or something, apologies for that. We'll get that squared away as well. But I'm excited for this next episode. How are we going to kill this thing?
Oh
It's big, it's hot, it's really big, and it's gross.
I'm excited purely because I feel like we're about to see some crazy animation and action going on and strategy of how to kill this thing. We talked about having Mikasa go one way and, Levi going the other.
So my thing is does it have do all Titans steam, or was the steam effect that the Colossal Titan had that repelled everyone away only for the Colossal Titan?
I think that the Colossal had the ability to release the steam.
Okay. Because, that would be a big issue if you can't get close to it. No?
Yeah.
I don't know how you kill it.
But we also don't know the mental capacity that Rod has currently, because he obviously is Titan without being able to turn back into a human at the moment. So,
as far as I'm concerned, there's no mental capacity, because he's just a Titan. He's just a regular Titan. Mm-hmm. He's not a Titan with powers, or a human with Titan powers.
But he has to be crazy strong in some way, since he's royal.
Why did he get so big? Is it because he's royal? Or obviously not. Frida didn't.
Well, he's directly related. He's closer in relation to the king that started all of this.
Yeah.
And Frida would obviously be a step down. But I don't know. Frida's Titan reminded me of Annie's Titan, and it maybe girl Titans always looked that way.
But Eren, when he was turned into a Titan, wasn't double the size of the Colossal Titan. How we had.
Of course, because he's not royal.
We had the little specimen jars that Eren bit to turn himself armored.
Yeah.
Was it one of those? Was it big boy jar? And that's what.
So that means that maybe he was trying to inject
Historia
with whatever makes you bigger.
If he injected Historia with the armored one, would she look like the Colossus or the Armor Titan? I don't know.
Or have extra hardening abilities, which Annie had too.
Maybe she was stacked, multiply. I don't know. I have one big question. Who did Grisha eat? That was I have that in my notes. I have Grisha, Arrow, Eren. Then above Grisha's a question mark, because Grisha had to have eaten someone. We don't know.
We don't know a lot of things. I think that's pretty clear. And I don't know if I can fully blame the heat from the last couple episodes, that it definitely has impacted by memory of exactly maybe what happened last episode. And so I'm trying to recall it all and piece it all together.
Yeah.
Because I think this was a vital last couple episodes of trying to understand Titans and their abilities and who can have what ability, and why wasn't Eren really able to harden until he had that armor.
Yeah. I mean, he
tried. Does that mean Annie had a little bit of that, or did she just practice a lot?
We had Eren practicing at the beginning of the season, and that led nowhere. Yeah. So thankfully we have a means to plug up the wall now. But we had Eren jumping off and saving everybody, creating that really cool crystal Eren that I want a figure of, if it exists, which I feel like it has to.
I feel like it has to. It's too cool to not exist.
We had a great line that you pointed out, just a great term, I guess, destructive pacifists.
Yes. I liked that.
We had
Hanji's alive.
Yes, Hanji's alive. We had Queen Historia at the end, which was awesome, because it's she had her friends stick up for her and be like, are you really going to put her right back in the same position? She was like, well, let me decide if and how that happened. I don't know. It was great. I loved it.
So yeah, no one's being evacuated from the Orva district. So Erwin, I guess, is willing to have some common casualties from this and mass panic. So that should be interesting. I don't want to say entertaining because it's kind of like sad.
What did we say with Commander last few episodes? Like, Erwin wasn't really fully on the side of humanity. He wants like he
has revenge in mind.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's kind of hard for anyone to be perfectly kind of pure in intention and not have a little bit of selfish inserted into their intention and their motives and goals.
Interesting. I hope Kenny didn't die.
I have a strong feeling that Kenny and at least a few of his people survived. I'm definitely hoping that the blonde kind of right-hand woman to Kenny is still alive. I liked their dynamic a lot. She was very blunt, and I appreciated that.
It is really interesting that we have, like, this group of people who are very clearly written to like make me feel like I'm like they're an antagonist, like Kenny and his group, but they're really not, depending on like the way that you're looking at things.
I mean,
and I love that.
Depending how you look at any of the groups in this situation, you can give them. We can have like a pros and cons list chart of, are they evil? Are they good?
Yeah.
You know, and what is their intention? What is their end goal? Because I feel like everyone has possibly similar general end goal of protecting humanity.
Mm-hmm.
But how you get there and what do you mean by protection is the changer, the thing that changes and differs between everyone.
Do you think that Aaron's, like, there's proof that Aaron can remember previous Titan memories by him saying in episode 6 of season 3, haven't I been to this place? Do you think, like, he said that before Historia, like, and then touched him because they wanted him to remember whatever happened?
I think that he has I think it's what it is all of these abilities and these talents of the founding Titan can be used or accessed by a normal non-royal person, but they're used to their fullest and best potential by someone of royal.
It's harder to come by.
And I think that if we just have Historia and Aaron holding hands all of the time, or like when he's in Titan form, she rides on his shoulder like he's Ymir or something, you know? I feel like if that's the case, the two of them together, because we saw by that, even before the touch he was recalling, but once the touch happened, then we instantly saw a bunch of things. And we obviously saw Historia getting her memory back as well, but I feel like, I mean, like, Aaron remembered everything with Grisha.
Yeah.
In that moment that Historia had touched him.
Yeah. Dude, how are Raynor and Berthold gonna, like, come back into this story? You know? Like, that's such a big, like, question to me,
It's so
dude.
interesting, because it's like they were the antagonists. They were the ones driving Aaron at this point. And then season 3 came along and they were like, wait, now Aaron and the gang are turning their attention towards a different antagonist while these 3, Ymir, Berthold, and Reiner, are just over here chilling with the Beast Titan somewhere. Like,
sorry, my mind's like a lot of, like how I just brought that up. It's a lot of different places because it's weird to say, but this is the first time it feels like I can like think
or try to process
and
things.
just like think about stuff because of like the heat issue before, but like now I'm like, what? Like, what's gonna happen, dude? Like, I am so ready to see how this stuff plays out.
We have a lot of players.
Yeah.
And all of them could act on their own at any moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's very unsettling. You don't really know. Like, you don't have a foothold of, like, where things are gonna go.
I love the CG on
and just, oh my god, Historia deciding she wants to fight with them, and she dresses up in her gear, and
Historia's my favorite character right now.
She's my favorite character too.
I also think she looks great in Odium gear.
She's so cute.
I think the white undershirt with Odium gear on top's the vibe.
I like them in their common dress. with the odium gear.
Yeah.
I definitely enjoy the white button up with the like leather. Sorry, Aaron, you need to.
He just has to be.
Why
different.
is Aaron the only one not in a white?
He has to be different.
He has to be different. They probably just gave him whatever clothes Jean had like packed.
Yeah.
Because obviously he had no shirt when they found him.
Yeah.
So Jean was like, "Fine, I'll give you a shirt."
I love that. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Sweet.
They're calling the narrator's calling him devious. Is that a biased narrator?
Some bait.
Well, if you draw him closer, you can use the wall as leverage.
Is that like inside him? What? No.
That's his eyes. Is that like sensing people?
People? That was really bizarre. We've never seen anything like that.
It's like the art style changed.
It looks steamy.
Look at his eye. He still has his eyes. Intro.
All right.
Opening song. Here we go. Best song we have seen.
I feel like we've said that in every single.
I just love it so much.
I'm surprised it'd go over it, not just through it. Oh.
Well, he wouldn't want to listen to Aaron anyway, so. Well, he doesn't have a great track record for unlocking powers when he likes to.
Was that just like a realization that it wasn't going to work?
Mm-hmm. I liked Levi watching him. It sucks when there's no other choice.
Aaron versus Rod?
What would happen if Aaron ate Rod? Would he then gain more ability to control the power because he digested royal blood?
I don't know. Interesting. Whoa.
Steam? They might
it's
start
just a drill.
panicking now. It's not doing anything.
No. Did it stop? Oh.
Superficial leadership.
Wow.
Do you see
It's
the
seeing
dents
dents,
it's
yeah.
making?
Bombs. That's smart. What was that little eye roll?
I wonder who he was looking at. Was he looking at Historia? Huh.
If they know their leader was out there fighting, then they'd be more likely to follow her, right?
Just look how strong she's become.
Honestly.
Everyone's gotten so strong.
Honestly, like a lot of self-doubt. Wake yourself up from it, dude. It's so close.
Oh, just it's like craters of the moon. It's so gross. It's like slug cheese.
Steam.
Is it releasing the steam?
Yeah.
Oh my god, is it standing up? No, it's just releasing steam.
I hate it. You're gonna need Aaron to transform to get close to it.
How's the gunpowder gonna react to the steam? It slid up the wall. It's standing. Run. Run like really fast. It can
Oh no! From dragging its face, you think?
Oh, and it's
guts.
Oh my god!
I really
It was so horrible. No, I feel like I want to vomit.
Me too.
Oh my god. What's the water for?
Cool themselves off.
Oh, smart. He really changed after those
cool.
punches, you know?
Like that, like, confidence.
That useless brat is dead.
You think he still has the crystalling? Maybe he can, like, seal it.
That'd be cool. It's giant, though. He'd have to create a very big crystal cage for that thing. Oh, and his sleeve blowing in the wind. Even his tongue! Okay.
Oh, it's so cool. It's... Oh my god.
Is he gonna fall forward? Explosives?
Yeah. Oh,
and the
no.
kids are watching this!
Into its throat.
That means Aaron has to touch the face?
Damn. This is the perfect moment.
It's open. It's...
Run. Oh! This is sick!
Oh my god! What's that?
How hard is this? Like, what are you grabbing onto? The pieces?
Oh, it's like a Levi thing where he tells Aaron to make his own choice. Oh my god, is he gonna be in it?
Oh! Shit! His memories?
He didn't want any of it? She's in front of her people. Tell them who you are.
Whoa.
Kenny!
Kenny! What? Oh, half of his face.
Now we get a conversation.
Great shot.
He took some of it. He took some of it.
Holy shit. Okay, that was Attack on Titan Season 3, Episode 9.
It was a roller coaster.
It was a roller coaster. That's a really good way to put it.
And I need to apologize to everyone if I made really loud shrieking sounds. I am so sorry for your ears.
Do you think it's gonna happen?
Or is he showing that he has it and now he's gonna turn it over to Levi?
Because
It could be like a look what I secured. Maybe this is my final thing that I'm gonna do since I'm probably gonna die. I don't know. Is he gonna? All of his comrades are dead, and he just had a flashback of all of the people he cared about and he did things for, basically, or that were following him.
You see, it's in a case, so it leads me to believe, unless all of them were in cases, which I didn't think they were, that it's special. If it's
not late, we can't you know how the armor had a label that we could read, or it told us what it was. It's not telling us. It's not translating that.
If it was just, I'm gonna turn into a Titan, no big deal. Levi kills Titans all the time. I don't know how important it is. Want to know what's a good question? That writing that's on the vial, which language do you think that is? Aaron could read it, so probably theirs, right?
Probably theirs if he could read it. But, nope. Aaron recalls things he doesn't know how he knows.
That's true.
And Ymir was able to read that language on that, what was it, sardines or something? It was some type of canned fish.
Yeah.
What if it's one of those things that he doesn't know how he knows because he read it after all of his memories were brought back. After Historia and Rod touched him.
Yeah.
So what if it also brought back a memory of that language and he now has an understanding of it?
It's interesting, no?
If he has access to all of the former founding Titans' memories, he would understand a language that is used by them.
Mm-hmm. I had a question. So now, 2 seasons later, what makes an abnormal an abnormal? Do we have any information now that would let us have a better guess?
I think why they were calling it an abnormal in this sense, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that a normal Titan would go for the closest person, no matter how many people, the closest in proximity person to them. And Hanji was saying that this Titan is going to avoid smaller villages or single people. And he's going to go straight for the largest concentration of people, and that's why he's abnormal.
I believe you're right. But him aside even, other abnormals that we've seen, right? Mm-hmm. What makes them an abnormal?
I think it's just an umbrella term for any Titan that acts differently than what their idea of a Titan originally had been when we first started the show.
Yeah, but why? Why do they act different? Is it something different in the syringe? Is it not enough?
I mean, we've seen non-syringed Titans acting abnormal. So it's not just specific to the...
You know what I mean, though?
It's a genetic thing. I mean, if we're going with the logic that all Titans were once upon a time injected with something, because they can't reproduce, then it could be that the person that was it's based on the person that was injected and maybe some type of mutation that happens in the transformation process.
Yeah.
I would say it's maybe down to like a DNA kind of level, maybe even.
Maybe.
Like someone has something in their genes.
Maybe it's the way they injected it.
The way,
because like we saw Rod lick it. Like if he did have a cut there, still that I'm sure is a little bit different than a syringe. I thought that was interesting though, because like I don't know, it's like I'm thinking about the abnormal in No Regrets, right? And like they're so different, but it's almost like
it's like they're all abnormal for a different reason. They're all doing something that is
not predictable.
Abnormal.
Yeah. So I assume nobody died. The whole idea of like the pieces scattering.
Mm-hmm. And them going for it to kind of try to stop the regeneration. Because they knew that one of those pieces would probably contain Rod's body. Which I didn't originally know that was the plan. And then I gathered
Does Rod still have... He's not in there still, is he?
Historia slashed the piece that he was in. She cut his head off.
So why I'm asking that is like regular Titans don't have people in the back of their necks. Why would he be in the back?
Aaron's in the back of his.
Because he's not a regular Titan. He transforms into a Titan.
Well, it was imagery. It was just it wasn't a literal, we didn't see her literally do it to her dad. It was more spiritual, like a spirit form.
Well, I think it was showing us that she could see his memories by like making contact with a piece of him.
Yeah.
Not to mention the absolute like skill it must take to fire ODM gear at a moving target so you can travel with it.
I remember when we first saw something similar to that in like season 1, I was like, dang, that takes skill. It was like when they were all falling off the walls.
Mm-hmm.
And like I think it was Sasha that shot one of the other guys in the leg. And like impaled them so that they didn't die.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that takes tons of skill to like hook onto something that's like falling and moving as you are also falling.
Yeah.
Also, did you love how when she was diving down towards that piece, she was like, this is my first fight with my father.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I love her.
Because like, I don't know. He's not in there, right? I totally could be wrong. I'm stupid, but like
because okay, she slices through and we don't see a body.
Yeah, well, he wouldn't be in there. Like he would not like when Eren was transformed into a Titan by his dad. Eren was not in the nape of that Titan's neck.
Unfortunately, it's a science that we can't understand in our own universe.
I do love how it was like it just showing us like literally slicing the nape of Rod's neck, which is great.
And was it Rod or his brother that was protesting so much?
Rod.
So that's Rod protesting.
Correct.
He gets locked away when his brother gets turned. Do you think this is the scene we're seeing when he's yelling? Why else would he be locked away?
That's a really
unless
good
the
question.
father was about to transfer the power to his brother.
Yeah.
And he was against it. And he thought he'd interfere or something.
I think you're right.
Because why else would you lock him away? Unless he was threatening to tell people or something. You know I'll be fine, brother. Yeah. And then there's the injection. Okay.
God,
Alma! That's Historia's mom! Historia's mom was in the mood. We don't know Historia's mom's name. But you're the only one that will understand me, Alma. And how else would he have an affair if maybe it was the maid in his, residence, and then later he gets very upset seeing Historia's mother murdered?
Interesting.
Do you think that's her? Possibly?
Hold on, I don't want to freeze on her.
Maybe? Yeah. Why else would they say a name and have him groveling to a woman?
That's a really good question.
Unless that's possibly Historia's mom.
That's a really good question, because you can, like, in your head, paint a actual like story there of him.
Because I was
like,
trying to figure out why she resented Historia so much, how Rod had this illegitimate child, but this scenario would totally make sense to me.
It totally would. That's really interesting. So I love the line, "I won't lose to the ghosts of our ancestors."
Yeah, Frida's line.
I love it. What the fuck is that? Like, why? Like, what is it that makes
So Frida really was... I think Rod was telling the truth now when he said that Frida was going to fix everything.
I don't.
She wanted to.
I think she wanted to before it happened.
But look at her eyes. Her eyes have already changed.
It's different though. Like, before the scene of her eyes changing is her normally.
Yeah, but she says that quote, "Leave it to me, Father," and then
like, so she'd continue talking, but this is after. And
so she changed her mind once she...
Yes, and so did the brother, seemingly, too. Mm-hmm. And it's like, we still see her being a great person, like, with Historia. So what is it? Is it, like... Is it knowledge and history that makes Frida decide that she doesn't want to do it or change it? Or is it an actual, like, force or will?
I don't know. It makes them a pacifist. It makes them feel... I think that...
It could be.
We don't know. Mom. Okay.
It could be. But it's very interesting, though, right? Like, why... Learning the memories is potentially...
It change things? What's your
bad
guess?
idea.
Okay, because I think we have a few. We have, like, whatever's in the memories makes you not want to change things. Or there's a will control element. Which are you leaning towards?
I guess I'm leaning towards it. It's a memory that makes them not want to do it because it would make more sense to me in a way, because it's like, because like Frida's still acting a normal life other than that, right? It makes more sense to me that way. But when we live in a Attack on Titan world where you can erase people's memories, I don't know.
I'm leaning more towards some type of will that they take on this task that has been given to them, and there's a slight control element there. I feel like it's a passing down of a job, of a duty, and that you can't escape.
Here's a question. So, like, you're saying that it would still be Frida choosing to do that based off of what she knows?
Not necessarily. I was saying that it was some control in it. You're controlled by this duty that you've been put in, and there's the will of the king involved in it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of inescapable for you. I feel like if you have all of these memories of the king, then he might even be able to affect your memories and or affect the memories that you see.
Regardless.
If he can change your mind... If he can erase memories or affect your memory, why can't he create fake memories for the Founding Titans to believe are real?
Because that's what I was just thinking. But wouldn't that be altering his own memories, technically?
If the Founding Titan is something that he was never a part of, it wouldn't be. He might have created the Founding Titan out of someone else. So they wouldn't have his memories.
I don't know, dude.
Sure. I mean, like, obviously we're not sure.
Because we had the line last episode of the king's will, which was implied to me that it was like, you don't have a choice. I can't wait for it to be explained to me potentially at some point.
And they've used the word brainwashing as well.
Yeah. Aaron definitely is a bit... we saw it the last few episodes as well, but like, he's definitely down on himself, you know?
I love when characters like have moments where they realize their shortcomings.
Yeah.
And realize that everyone else around them, instead of being all in their head and self-deprecating, is trying their best, even if their best isn't good enough. You know, like, Armin is not freakishly good at taken down Titans like Mikasa is. Like, obviously he's smart, but he's not really in the job that needs him to be smart. He's in the job that he's fighting Titans.
Yeah.
And so, but you know what he was doing? He was working. And so was Mikasa. Both of them were like, we don't really have time to be self-deprecating right now. We don't have time to be down on ourselves. We need to just try to be our best right now.
I cannot believe, Aaron just literally punched his attitude away and said humanity has an ace up its sleeve. I've never, this
He
confidence.
went from being like, I'm their trump card, I feel so bad for them for having such a useless brat as a trump card, to being like, humanity has an ace up its sleeve.
I was like,
5
whoa!
minutes.
I was like, okay, talk your talk, dude. Go for it.
I also think it fits his character so well to have to physically wake himself up out of something.
Oh my god, yeah.
It fits so well, because some people can just be like, okay, I'm not going to think that way. I'm just going to change how I think. And he's like, bam, bam, okay, I'm good.
If you told me in, season 1 episode, even 15, 16, that at some point in the series, I am going to be seeing Aaron Titan holding a bag, a Santa Claus bag full of bomb, and chucking it into the mouth of a diagram-looking
Oh, he looks like he's in a science classroom.
Right?
It's so bad.
And, I don't know what I'd think.
I don't think Okay, so I have trouble watching, real life, gory
don't get me
things
started.
and horror things that are real people and, fake blood, obviously. And this was the most disgusted. The organs falling out onto the wall was the most disgusted I've been by an illustrated image of something gory ever.
I think in my entire life.
It was bad. And then the blood, and then the people were there. I'm like, I feel so bad for these people. They're probably dead.
Okay, so I have a question. What are we before I even do this, I thought I was gonna throw up.
I was so
I really
nauseous.
thought I was gonna throw up.
It was insane. It was they really just started your nausea out a little a slow rumble.
Yeah.
They were like, I'm gonna make you feel a little queasy over this slug that's slamming on the ground, and now you're gonna see that his face is scraped off, and that's already a lot.
I don't have it on screen intentionally. If I pulled it up on screen, I would feel I already feel like I'm gonna throw up talking about it again. So to counteract that, I have Historia exclaiming that she is Historia Reese to make me feel better.
As soon as I saw people gathering around her after she fell, I was like, please announce yourself, please, that will make my life.
Honestly, it's such a good idea, and it felt like it was the right decision, because Historia had a point. Are they just gonna follow another person who they're told to follow?
But they just watched, and they're all mumbling, is she the one that did the finishing blow?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the moment to sway the people.
True ruler of the walls. I love it.
And the crowd goes wild.
I like the scene of the ground of where the crystal cave was destroyed, and you can see all the pillars. I love that. I think they did a great job with scale this episode. Just how big everything feels. I thought they did great with the smoke in the distance for the big Titan.
You know what this frame makes me think of, where we're seeing the exposed cavern in the ground? It makes me think of when in post-apocalyptic situations people go back to a place that nature has reclaimed. And I'm imagining how freaking cool exploring in the reclaimed, nature has taken it back caverns, and you come upon these pillars of crystal.
That'd be badass.
Wouldn't it be so cool?
Who does Kenny have a flashback here of?
Didn't Kenny say, I don't listen to you, Rod, I would listen to your brother? I'm pretty sure Kenny brings up that he would follow Rod's brother, not Rod. 2 episodes ago or something like that. Or he's trying to do this or steal it for himself as a payment to the brother.
Did we not see Rod's brother when we saw the flashback of Frida being eaten? Or eating?
Rod's brother was the one that Frida ate.
Yeah, did we see Rod's brother in that shot though?
He was tied up just like Aaron.
And you saw his face?
Yeah, and he looked happy about it.
Is it a different person?
No, it's the same face, but older, I think.
How did he live older?
Because he was the same age as Rod, and Rod was a dad by the time that Frida...
Oh, gotcha. Well,
he was probably, like, 38, 40.
So, like, this... Interesting. Because, like, right here, I'm afraid I cannot die right now. Mm-hmm. Like, it seemed like they had just came out of a Titan, right? Their eyes... Like Aaron has, like the lines under his eyes.
He had the lines under his eyes when he was tied up, though, when Frida was about to eat him.
Oh. That's weird, though. Right? Aaron has those same things under his eyes, like, temporarily.
Yeah, maybe he's unlocking it because he's using his regenerative abilities at the moment because Kenny is shooting and stabbing him. I'm not sure.
Oh, maybe this was Ken. Oh, okay. This is, like, the interaction that led to Kenny, like...
Yeah.
Okay, because... I'm sure that he just got stabbed and shot, and he's like, "Sorry, dude."
No clue why they had this interaction. That is a giant question mark in my mind.
Can you imagine? Like, you're just trying to kill someone, and they just get up and they're like, "Dude, I'm sorry, I can't die right now."
Like, I have a literal scheduled day. Can you like maybe come back after that? I'll already be dead, but.
And then Levi as a kid. Like,
oh my god, and he's so
skinny,
sorry looking kid. He looks so bad. It's like really hard to look at.
So I'm able to do any job. What is this? Are you any different?
It looks like Rod and his brother standing on a stage in front of what I'm assuming is Wallace.
So was Kenny like at this church or meeting?
I'm guessing Kenny decided that was the transitioning point between Kenny being a murderer of military police and then following the true royal family.
God, Kenny got fucked, dude. Like, Kenny, like, is missing
It's like full-on Darth Vader vibes.
I haven't seen Star Wars.
That's true.
But it's just, like, I feel bad for Kenny's crew, honestly. Like, I
don't believe, Levi, that all of them are dead.
Yeah?
Just because, like, sometimes people say things like that in order to get answers from someone or create a mood or emotion within the person. And I feel like I think it's more just that I don't want the blonde girl to be dead.
Do you think he'd do it? He'd turn into a Titan?
I'm still, like, torn on if he would give that syringe and items to Levi.
You know, the fact that I feel like if he was going to give it over to Levi, which in my heart I feel like is going to happen, but I feel like if that was the course that they were taking, he would have done it at the end of this episode. It wouldn't start off next episode him giving it to him.
I think they're trying to make us they're trying to make us wonder which way is it going to go. Someone has the literal power about to turn into a Titan right in front of them. Are they going to use it
you're right,
or
you're
not?
Right.
Cliffhanger. To be continued.
Classic Attack on Titan cliffhanger. Ah, man. We killed it. Pretty sick. It's like I like that it was like a different idea. Like it was something new.
I also like that it wasn't necessarily strong.
Yeah.
It was just big.
You kind of like get the idea that like Titans themselves like are not like crazy hard to kill like in the grand scheme of things with like Armored Titan and other like intelligent Titans.
You just have to have good quick reflexes.
You just need to be
caught off guard.
Yeah.
Be very aware of your surroundings, and that's how you survive in the Scouts. It was really, like, nerve-wracking, though, when they brought up that all of the people that are currently about to fight Rod are, like, a mismatched group of people who have never fought a Titan ever and have been so far away, far removed from the battle. And they have just, like, barely any supplies. Like, barely any why would they need cannons? Why would they need gunpowder and stuff? You know, they have their little, like, guns, like, pew pew. But, so they have enough gunpowder for that. But why do they need cannons when they're so far into the interior of the civilization?
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I also got nervous because, you know, all the ones that were on the ground shooting the cannons. I was like, where's the door for them to get back in if they're trying to run away? Because it's not like they can, like, climb the wall fast enough.
I thought that it was just going to, like, walk right through the wall. Like, it's force.
Like, it's the drawing they gave us, but kind of, like, sliding through and breaking down the wall.
Yeah. Like, Aaron being, like, they might end up seeing the same sight as we did that day. Or Armin saying that. That was really good.
Both the arms and the legs of Connie's mom were underdeveloped, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So it seems like Rod Titan had strong hands. Because he was able to pull himself up with them.
Yeah. Correct.
I guess because they're maybe the first limbs that would be created from the nape of the neck, you know? Little itty bitty legs.
You remember when we learned about, like, Hanji's work? And, like, her being like, oh yeah, Titans are, like, lighter than they should be kind of thing. What is that? Like, if Titans are just humans being, like, turned into Titans, I wonder if that means they're, like, they hold the weight that they did before they transformed. And that's why Rod Titan's so fat, because Rod was so fat.
Maybe. But also, like, think about it now. I was so worried when all of those, like, shards were going towards the city. I was like, that's going to break buildings. And now that you bring up that point, I'm like, that would not break buildings.
It might.
That would not. If it's as, like, light as air, it'd probably just bounce off of the roofs of the buildings or something.
I wonder during this episode, you remember the episode that the Colossal Titan appeared after they graduated?
Yeah.
Like, right behind Aaron? Mm-hmm. He just disappeared, right? Like, I wonder if there was, like, scenes after that, like, we could see Berthold, like...
Well, for some reason, in my memory of when Sasha saves one of the people falling off the wall, for some reason, it was Berthold in my mind of, like, my memory. And I don't think that's the case, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know who it was now. But it's for like some reason, it was him. It is like a Mandela effect. Because that's not even possible.
Yeah. I'm so, like, into this lore that, like, it's even hard for me to just think about this one episode and not, like, the grander scale of things, you know? Other
like,
questions.
There are other players, and when you're in an episode, you don't even think about the existence of the other players at all.
It's crazy. Oh, God. I accidentally, like, scrolled past the gory shot, and I hated it. I will tell you, I did not think we were going to end this episode with like a Kenny Levi interaction. I thought it was going to be just the Rod storyline.
I like it because
me too.
We did say that Kenny can't die until him and Levi have a conversation.
Yeah.
Levi needs to realize what Kenny knows about him, means to him, who Levi truly is. Like, Levi is from the family that served the royal family, that memories cannot get erased.
Yeah. I wonder what would happen if do you think something different would happen if an Ackerman took a Titan shot because they're from a family whose memories can't be released?
We did wonder if maybe the closer you are in terms to the royal family, maybe the stronger your Titan form would be.
Yeah.
That is a possibility. So I feel like if the Ackermans were the swords, they were the swords of the king. You would think they'd have a pretty cool Titan, right?
Oh my God, yeah. And not only a pretty cool Titan, a really powerful one, which then would make me scared for Levi.
And we always wonder if it's like the stronger the person and the more like innate human abilities they have, maybe the better their Titan would be.
I am so interested in like the differences between vials and like, because we got like comparisons to like a knight in armor when we saw Reiner and Aaron fight, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, is there some dude somewhere behind, like working in a lab behind a computer, like engineering these specific like
mad scientist Grisha?
Yeah.
we already were guessing that Grisha had interactions with the royal family beforehand, and that they knew who he was when he showed up.
But there's so many different storylines, and that
let's get to the basement.
Well, no, because Grisha, yes, but if there's another hometown per Ymir, then that is where I'd be thinking engineering would come from. That being said, why it would have, I don't know, or did Rod have these in a vault and there's just that amount and that finite amount, or was he able to produce this in his family? I don't know. We're not going to figure that out, I don't think. Just in this little briefcase, that was all that exists.
It's kind of funny to try so hard to figure something out that's not based in your own reality and you didn't create it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny to try to figure it out and reason with yourself on how things
I feel like
are certain ways.
I could convince myself, I could say a theory and then convince myself why it's wrong and then right and then wrong for an hour. Did we ever see the moment that we're seeing on screen right now, which is Aaron grieving in front of a gravestone?
I didn't even know that if they had cemeteries.
Yeah. Which
I guess makes sense. That they would have that. They have a lot of death.
We've come so far.
Titans or zombies. Boom. There we go.
Titans or zombies. Okay. That's all I have, you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you